So DJ, I asked you this the other day, but how was your trip to Japan after Manila? How did you feel the reception was over there for the fight card in Manila, and basically your reception over there?
Being in Manila was awesome. I mean, the fans over there they're pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And being in Japan, that was awesome too. Everybody over there was very well educated in the sport. It's just night and day when it comes to American fans, to Japanese fans, to even the Philippines fans. The fight card over there was amazing. They sold out, which is awesome, especially coming from a third world country. They were saying like the minimum wage there is like $10 US dollars a day. So that speaks a lot to what people want to spend their money on for that fight.
When you say night and day difference in the fan base, how so? What are some of the differences?
Oh man, I was over there in Japan. They're like, "Oh, Demetrious Johnson-san, your fight against Hyoji was amazing. Like, you outworked him the whole entire fight. Then the very last second, you finished him. Oh my God, that was spectacular technician." Tourists in the States are like, "Dude, what fucking took so forever? Like, I had, movies to catch and you took forever." So, huge difference to where, it was awesome to hear somebody over there who's well educated to understand, every aspect of mixed martial arts, to, the stand up, how you took him out of his game and his element, that nobody has not been able to do that. And then when you got him out of that element, you kept him there as he got back up. You put him there. What's up, Dave Schaller? That's my boss. I kept putting him there, then eventually I was able to finish him, and everybody was just very in awe about that.
And did you say you and Horiguchi actually bonded a little bit after the fight?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I love about this sport is that even before me and him were going to fight, we had a respect for each other. We're in Montreal doing the press, and we were laughing at each other because we're outside, facing off in front of the whole entire city, and it's freezing out there. And then we fought, and then after that, went to his gym, and he was cool with it, and as long as he was cool with it, I was going to be cool with it. And, I saw him when we first met. He was walking. I was like, damn, oh boy, look, he been in the sun, he getting tan. And then I was like, well, you got dark, what happened? He goes, I've been fishing. And for me, it was good because a lot of people, they put so much emotion, all their eggs in this basket become a world championship. To when I jumped in this sport, I had no goals to be a world champion. I just did it because it was fun and I was working a full-time job. But for me to be able to see him, that he's moved on with his life. He's been going fishing, and he was like, yeah, I lost, but it's part of the sport. I've lost before, and I'm gonna come back from it. And then we were going back and forth. He goes, I want to be able to fight you again. And I was like, yeah, dude, if I can hang on to the belt as long, you can challenge for it. And he goes, thank you, in English, not even Japanese. So it was good to go out there and visit him, and me and him, it was good.
And how did that fight rank in terms of all your defenses, in terms of the difficulty of retaining the title?
He was tough. He was very tough, and he had a very awkward style to where, when I first started doing mixed martial arts, my style was almost like theirs. Like, I would move so much to negate people's strikes and stay away when I was at 135. But now that I'm fighting guys who are my size, you see me now, I'll move a little bit, but I like to come forward and get my clinch game and start striking from there instead of trying to overextend across the distance and take people down and pass guard. So for that, the stand-up aspect of it, it was very difficult. But on the ground, I was able to display, once I take you down, I can pass guard, get you in a crucifix. So I would say, they're all tough. I mean, they don't fall like they used to when I was in my amateur days. Amateur days, I'll take them down, pass guard, and take the back, cross face, choke them out, and boom, we'll be done. So, but now it was a good one.
So tonight's fights, with Dodson fighting, are you looking forward to fighting him again? Because that's the fight it seems like everybody wants to see, but Makovsky's in the way. But what do you think is going to transpire tonight?
I believe John Dodson is going to probably knock out Zach Makovsky. I'm looking forward to fighting anybody, whether it's Dawson, Zach Makovsky, Joseph Benavidez, or John Moraga. Hell, why not Henry Cejudo? So I gotta tell everybody, like, everybody gets in this fighters get in this set mindset that I'm gonna fight this guy, I'm gonna fight this guy, to where I don't care. Like, once Sean Shelby calls me, he goes, hey, hey, it's gonna be Dawson. I'm like, fucking amazing. Where are we gonna fight at again? We're gonna fight here. Perfect, sounds good. We're gonna fight and we're gonna see who wins, and then whether I lose or win, I'm going to move on with my life and get ready for the next one. So I was telling somebody else upstairs that it never stops. It's one after another after another. It's not like the Super Bowl. When you defend your belt the six times, you get a year and a half off. You do a big press tour, everybody's throwing stuff at you. Man, here's World X Watch, Demetrious Johnson, good job, you 6 title defense. It's not like that. You move on to the next one. After I beat Dotson again, I'll move on to the next one. Then there's going to be somebody else. Then somebody else. If I lose, move on to the next one. Then the next one, and the next one, next one. After this interview, you guys are going to move on to the next fighter. Then after him, and the next fighter. So that's how life is.
You being so comfortable, does that have an advantage? Because, like you said, other fighters get really wound up and focused on one guy. Do you think being so loose gives you an advantage over a lot of fighters, just being comfortable the night of the fights and not caring who you fight?
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, I felt when Ronda Rousey, when Kat Zingano was about to fight Amanda Nunes, when we were both fighting on the same card, we're in the same locker room, and she's warm. She's like, hitting hard. I'm just like, just eating. I'm like, just a fucking fight. Don't worry about it. She goes, I don't need to hear that right now. And I was like, dude, it's just a fight. Like, you're just gonna go out there, and I think people forget like the ultimate goal is to be able to take care of your family, to be able to have a career at doing this, to be able to wake up, do what you do every day, what you love, which is be able to go to the gym, spend time with your family, and that's my bigger picture. That's what I put my energy into. Then where it's like, here we go. Woo! No, you give me the backups like, you know, joking around with Michael Bisping. I'm sure you guys saw that picture of him, you know, in his underwear and he's dancing and Matt's giving him a massage. I'm just sitting there chilling. I was like, hey, we're gonna go fight and see what happens. So that's my outlook.
You know, John Dodson said that he would like to be your anti-hero. You know, he kind of, obviously, you know, he thinks you're boring, and he thinks that the division needs more personalities like his, and that he wants to be the anti-hero. He's totally cool. He knows that everybody, he's divisive. Some people hate him, some people love him. Do you think you need an anti-hero?
I mean, that's not what I look for. You know, I'm at home like, I need a fucking bad guy in my superhero life. Like, I'm at home thinking about that. So it's hard for me to say, yes, I need this in my career. I absolutely need this, because once that's gone, then what's left? Like, that's what people think of the short term to where I think of the long term, to where I'm more focused on just building myself as a great martial artist. That way, if there never comes an anti-hero, you know, you think about Jose Aldo, like, it pisses me off that now he's getting, like, the division's getting all this hype because there's great athletes in that division, like Chad Mendes, you know, Ricardo Lamas, Jose Aldo. I mean, he's phenomenal. People forget, like, he was a champion in WC and he defended through all out WC, destroyed people, and now he's destroying everybody in the UFC, and people forget about that. And so now here comes, you know, Conor McGregor. Nothing against Conor McGregor, I love the guy, but now here comes Conor McGregor. I was like, oh, this is the resurgence of Jose Aldo's career. And I was like, his career never needed resurgence. His career is amazing, like, and that's where, like, I have, you know, I guess you say a gray cloud area about that, where everybody's like, you need Demetrious, you need this in your life. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I don't need that.
But so it's disrespectful to Jose. You're saying that he needed this for people to recognize how great he is.
When people say that, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's disrespectful for a guy like John Dodson to say we need this in our division. Where it's like, guys, we have phenomenal athletes. You know, Joseph Benavidez, a guy. You know, I put Joseph Benavidez on a pedestal because me and him, we weren't the guys fighting at 125, you know, around the world, you know, fighting outside. We were the guys like, dude, we're both small. We're going to fight at 135 and we're going to make a statement. And we competed very well there. And so we've been around for a long time, whereas we've done well. Or guys like, you know, the division is so full of great athletes to where I feel when he says that, he's shit on everybody. That's, in my book, that's how I see it. But somebody else might be like, you know, Aaron Hawani goes, I think you guys need this. This is a good thing for you guys. But everybody has their own opinion. So that's my opinion, to where when I feel somebody, even, it's not even John Dodson say that, you know, Conor McGregor say that about his division, that's his division. And when he says that, I'm like, he's shitting on everybody in the division.
You say you don't need an anti-hero, but, I mean, Aldo's going to get a pretty nice payday because McGregor's bringing that attention. I mean, you can't tell me you turn that down.
No, absolutely not. But then what's his next paycheck going to look like? The paycheck after that. The paycheck after that. The paycheck after that. The paycheck after that. It's almost like, you know, drug money. I'm running all these drugs, dog. I'm getting all this money. I'm on the fast track. You get caught, and then now you're like, oh, man, I'm back at a normal job making $20,000 a year. Whereas if I made this drop, I would have made $80,000. That's the way I look at things.
How do you see that fight going with Aldo?
It's going to be tough because Aldo, I believe when he fights, like when he fought Chad Mendes the first time, even the second time, Chad was doing well. He was coming forward, mixing it up. But then Aldo gets in this state where he does this, and he'll boom, and then he'll throw his low kick. I think he mesmerizes people when he does that, to where Conor McGregor, I don't think he's going to be able to do that, because Conor McGregor he's longer, he comes forward, he's a southpaw, so he says he's going to check that inside, you know, the inside kick, and he gets people to overextend. He will pop, step back, angle, left hand, right cross, and he throws knees. So it's going to be tough, because I never seen Aldo fight someone who's going to come forward. And given it to that, Aldo, he can wrestle. I mean, you look back in the Korean Zombie fight, like, he did some great wrestling there, to where people forget about fights. People forget about the past, you know. In America, everybody forgets about things. I don't forget about stuff. And Conor McGregor, he can wrestle too. He did a great lateral drop on Diego. I forgot his name. The Brazilian guy, Diego. I forgot his last name. Diego Brandao. There you go. Diego Brandao, and Conor McGregor. He does one thing very well. He passes guard. A lot of guys they're content with taking people down and start throwing punches. It's like, dude, pass guard, and he does that very well. That's why he tore his ACL against Max Holloway. But he does that too. If you can do that to a guy like Jose Aldo and make him work, even Mark Hominick, he postured up and started punching, dude. Posture up, pass guard, settling your position. Then you can do crucifix. You can start doing your submission game if you have it. So there's a lot of things that a lot of fighters are missing the key point, but we'll see.
Demetrious, when do you want to fight again? Whoever the opponent is, when are you looking to get back in there?
I'm looking to get back in there. Good. September or late August, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. Obviously everybody's got to be healthy, and then there's a man who talks a lot, but his dad put him in check. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm shooting for late August or September, late September, whatever. Good.